Hello, everyone, and welcome. It is debate night for us in Missoula, as we will spend the next half hour or so asking questions of the two candidates who want to be Missoula's next mayor. Joining us tonight is incumbent John Engen and challenger Jacob Elder. We appreciate those of you watching tonight on Facebook through KPAX or the Missoula Current and our KPAX streaming app, and being engaged in the election process. I am Jill Valley with KPAX. I'll be moderating tonight. The candidates were already briefed on the rules. I'm also serving as the time police tonight, but the candidates do know they have a minute to answer their questions and 30 seconds to respond. At the end of the debate, they'll get 90 seconds to state their case why they should be elected. We've asked the candidates to respect the time limits as well. Joining me tonight is Missoula Current editor and veteran reporter Martin Kidston. We have a set of questions to ask the candidates, but we are allowing time at the end for a couple of Facebook questions, so put those in the comments and our producers will select some of them, time allowing. We had an earlier drawing to see which candidate gets the first question, and it's Mr. Elder. So I now turn it over to Martin to get us going tonight.
Good evening, gentlemen. The first question goes to Mr. Elder. Do you believe that the taxpayers of Missoula should subsidize more affordable public housing?
So I think that taxpayers should have a say how their money is spent. I believe in neighbors helping neighbors, which means neighbors taking it upon themselves to go out and volunteer at our nonprofits, but also donate their money if they can afford to do so. Now, if you create the regressiveness, you are inevitably gonna put some people, force people into homelessness, because if you're pinching dollars trying to pay your bills and your taxes go up, well, your income isn't going up simultaneously. So that means you are likely gonna be on the fences of becoming homeless. So we ought to think about the people that are going to be impacted by this, by ever increasing taxes. Again, this is all on record. The mayor has increased our taxes each year he's been in office, with the exception of the last couple of years. Although the mayor went on to create other revenue streams in terms of fees and what happened, fines and all those things. But we're out of crisis, Missoula. We're facing a rising crime rate. We're facing a homeless epidemic. We're facing.
Okay, Mr. Elder, we're out of time. Sorry. Thank you. This will be a time for Mr. Engen to rebut.
So my answer to the question is yes. I believe that we have an opportunity to subsidize affordable housing, and we do so. We do so a couple of ways. One is through land banking, that is purchasing land and making it available for reuse and redevelopment, either through partnership with the private sector, or in some cases selling excess land at market rate and plugging that money back into our affordable housing trust fund. We subsidize all sorts of things important in our community, including the single occupancy vehicle. So it makes nothing but sense that we collectively would make investment in housing for our community.
All right, thank you, Mr. Engen. We're out of time, but my next question is for you. And we're talking a lot about housing. My question is, how do you solve for the lack of affordable housing? And realistically, how many more homes or apartments do you think we need to build or to create to ease the problem we're facing right now?
So we have a housing policy in place that specifically calls out the number of units that we ought to be building and ought to be producing every year. And we're behind. And we're behind for a couple of reasons. The Great Recession threw us off, and the pandemic did not help. And an increase across the board in housing prices and material costs have also exacerbated the problem. But again, through those investments that we're making, both in terms of cash and in terms of process and code reform, we're in a position to have more affordable houses on the ground in Missoula, Montana than any other community over the course of the next 2 years.
All right, thank you, Mr. Elder.
Right. So simply put, housing prices are really a function of supply and demand, and with all the ever increasing restrictions that the city put on builders and developers. So talking about the things we must do to create more housing supply, it just really isn't enough. Again, the mayors have 16 years to get this done. We need new leadership and immediate action and measurable results. So I will work with planning staff, again, city council, planning consultants, and members of the public to rewrite Missoula's some of the Missoula zoning code. One that I could think about is Title 20. And so to support the constructions of more housing of all types at all price points, while allowing for building while allowing for
Okay.
that review.
We're out of time, Mr. Elder, but my next question is to you as well. And it's still, again, talking about housing. How would you approach solving for a very sparse rental market and the challenge of this increasing rent? Some rents are twice what my mortgage is. Plus, there's this cumbersome application process for those out there just trying to find a rental. And a lot of them can't come to work here because they can't find a place to live.
Right. Again, those are all issues that people are facing daily. We're talking about. Again, we have to start acting, and old leadership, isn't going to make it happen. So I think TIF can and should play a bigger role in the equation of affordable housing than it historically has. So we can focus on this tool to benefit our entire community, rather than working as a corporate welfare for the wealthy few. So we will continue under my administration to be proactive and support and work with for-profits and nonprofits, affordable housing developers, invest CDBG funds, support local low-income housing tax credit projects, and offer meaningful density bonuses to permanently affordable housing projects. So if we don't take immediate action and demand measurable results, we risk losing the very fabric of our community, and that's Missoulians. So we need leadership.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Engen.
Mr. Elder is describing most of the programs that I have in place at the City of Missoula today, programs that have been successful for a number of years, and again, programs that are producing more building permits in the first half of this calendar year than we produced the last two. And that is a function of subsidy. It is a function of working with those private partners and both for a nonprofit to get stuff built. Our approach is very practical. It takes time, but we're seeing the results on the ground. And had we just gotten started, we wouldn't be seeing the results that we're seeing today. Is that time, Joe?
Yep, out of time. Thank you.
Go
ahead, Martin.
Can I rebuttal?
Jacob,
sure.
take a rebuttal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you. So the mayor is saying all these things. Again, I want to thank the mayor for his service to this community. I think you've done some things for our community that people will forever remember. But again, we have to focus on what has been done and what hasn't been done. We have 16 years to get this done. There are people out in the streets, sleeping out in the streets. And we're sitting here talking about we're now trying to put in policies or try to create plans that is going to work. It's not going to work. It hasn't worked. And that's why we are where we are. My leadership as your next mayor would take us to a new phase of in our community's history. And that's where we start fresh. We focus on accountability. We focus on transparency. And when we tell you how we're going to spend your money, but we have to get people off the streets. And what the mayor is trying to sell you hasn't worked and is never going to work. It's never. Okay,
we're out of time with you, but because we let you rebut, Mayor, your response.
Actually, we are getting people off of the street. We're getting them off of the street in a number of ways, ranging from tipping up a non-congregate shelter so that folks suffering from COVID wouldn't be sleeping on the street, or in group settings where they were spreading the virus. We're getting folks off the street in front of the Pavarello Center and getting them in winter shelter so they don't freeze on our streets during Missoula's cold winter. We're tipping up a temporary safe campground so that folks aren't sleeping on the street. And we're building more than 200 units of affordable housing, including 60 units for very low income, chronically homeless individuals in our community. So we actually are doing things.
All right, thank you so much. Martin, you have the next question.
First to you, Mr. Engen. We all know that the housing challenge is a multifaceted challenge with not a single solution, but could the city streamline the process to make the construction of housing more affordable and more timely?
Absolutely. So we're going through our second round of reform really as we speak. Had a conversation with my team today about consultant collection for Uniform Development Code, which is the state-of-the-art process for managing development in sophisticated communities. We recognize that our rules and regulations are challenging, unpredictable. They don't satisfy the needs of developers, folks who build houses. They don't satisfy the needs of neighbors, folks who have lived here for a long time, and they certainly don't satisfy the needs of the folks who need to implement these regulations. So over the course of the next year, we'll begin that reform process, which follows on the heels of an earlier reform process that brought us to Title 20, which was a much better document than Title 19. So my career here has been about reform. Reform done well, however, takes time. It takes community input. It takes community buy-in. And when we don't have those things, we end up with a product that is unusable and contentious throughout the community.
All right, thank you. Mr. Elder?
Mr. Elder.
Right. So again, I spoke about working with city planning staff, city council, planning consultants, and member of the public, again, to rewrite Missoula's zoning code. The mayor said he's already doing that, but well, little too late, sir. We have people that need to get into a permanent home, and so you're right. We're gonna allow for streamlined staff review and easy, predictable compliance for members of the building industry. And so those are the things we're going to bring in here. But we have to look at what we have. We're land banking. We're buying all these properties that we don't need and spending money on wisely. Well, let's
All right, thank you. We need to move on to the next question from Martin.
Mr. Elder, you get the first question here. We all know that public funding has been used to subsidize public infrastructure, to build public infrastructure alongside private development. Some have called that corporate welfare, as you did earlier in debate. But would you direct tax increment to the development of affordable housing? And how would you do that without sacrificing the benefits that TIF could be used for to build to gain economic development?
Right. So, well, firstly, we have to stop giving money to wealthy folks. And there's several examples of us using TIF dollars to accommodate wealthy folks. Now, we can use TIF dollars to, again, to fund schools, to fund a shelter, affordable housing in our community. So, again, I think TIF has been something that has worked in other places. And I think can work if you have a good leadership and better oversight. And so those are the things that we're going to bring to the table. We're going to bring in, again, transparency and good leadership to ensure that we are allocating money in the right places and keeping you informed. But I'm in support of using some TIF dollars to fund affordable housing.
Would you support that, just to follow up, to support economic development?
To use TIF to support economic development? Correct. You know, that could be something that I will consider also. But my focus would be where we're getting people off the streets into housing, but we also are treating these people, treating the underlying issues that cause them to get out on the streets, and funding our schools so the next generation of Missoulians can grow up and receive good education to move on to do better things in their community.
Thank you. Mr. Engen, your turn.
So we invest TIF pretty heavily today in affordable housing. And in fact, there's not an affordable housing project on the ground that's happened in a TIF district that wasn't supported by tax increment financing and the Missoula Redevelopment Agency. One of the ways that we have those resources to support those affordable housing projects is also by engaging in investment in public infrastructure that supports economic development. Projects like the Mercantile Hotel, for example, which is now paying a rate of taxes considerably higher than what it was paying as an empty building. And that excess increment goes into repaying the debt for the public infrastructure, and excess over time also goes to fund other activities, including affordable housing within that district. So TIF is a grand tool. It's one of the few that we have. And when we combine it with our other strategies, including land banking, including
time for that question right now, Mr.
Thank
Engen.
you.
Thank you. But my next question is to you. All right, so the property tax bills are out, and people are very wide-eyed. We were warned they were going to be high. Now, I know that's a legislative issue. That's the funding mechanism allowed by the state. But as mayor of the second biggest city in Montana, is there anything you'd be willing to lobby for on the state level to figure out a way to somehow lower this burden? Because it is painful and quite honestly driving people out of their homes. Their rents are up. Even, storage facility rents are going up because of this.
My turn.
Yep.
Thank you. So we have rallied the state. We've offered the state a variety of options, including a stopgap measure that caps property taxes for certain individuals at the state level. This would be a legislative change. That went nowhere. Our advocacy for that local option sales tax, which again works remarkably well in smaller communities around the state, brings in new revenue and lowers property taxes, isn't on the table for the city of Missoula, nor for the other large cities in the state of Montana. So at some point, I believe the legislature will wise up. We will have tax reform, but in the meantime, we are left using the tools that we have and using them as wisely and appropriately as we can, finding that balance every year between the revenue that's coming in and the services that our residents demand.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Elder. You're next for a rebuttal.
Yeah. So often, again, we just heard the mayor trying to put all the blame here on the state as opposed to taking responsibility as a leader. Again, I think that's just disingenuous in a lot of ways because over the last 15 years, our taxes have increased each year, and each of those increases has been the mayor's recommendation, and the city council approved them. Again, I'm going to run through a quick list here where the mayor increased the taxes. In 2017. In 2007, he increased the taxes by 4.2%, and in 2008 about 4.82%, but 2011 3.5%. So the mayor gets the taxable value from the DOR from the state, and the mayor takes that number, increases the mill levies, and there goes your taxes. So the mayor has direct impact on it, and the reason that he's done so is for spending reasons. So I'm going to keep your taxes low. I'm going to keep it reasonable to where you're able to make a living and still pay your taxes. I think.
Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, that was a complicated question, and you only had a small amount of time to answer that, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry, but we need to move on. The next question is to you, Mr. Elder. And, it's talking about basically, the spending, the cost of running the city obviously naturally increases every year as things get more expensive. If you were mayor, what would you cut to reduce the city's budget, or what might you do to hold steady to keep these taxes flat that could help people?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So I'll be very, very turned off from any new spending or anything that doesn't have to do with our city and why taxpayers pay their dollars for those services. The services that taxpayers are paying for, they're not receiving. So if we're fixing our roads, we're keeping our communities safe by, again, ensuring our police department is well trained and our fire department is ready to respond to crisis. Those are the things that I'm going to be focused on. When we can do that, then we'll think about other means or other ways of spending money. But look, I'm going to rein in spending. I'm going to keep spending growth consistent with the rate of economic growth, and that's to account for inflation and so that's what we haven't seen here over these years. We're spending like it's some free money that's given to us, and all we need to do is the pet projects the mayor is spending all this money on, all our money on. We'll cut those out of it, but we will also get in there and audit the different departments to see where people are spending unwisely, and we'll make necessary adjustments to move forward.
I hate to cut you off, but I have to. Mr. Engen, your response to that question.
A little unclear on what my pet projects are. I hear that over and over, but what I can tell you is that my fundamental responsibility is providing services to the community, and the way we do that is we hire professional people, train them well, and provide them with the equipment they need to deliver the services, in some cases life-saving and life-changing services to our residents. And the cost of delivering those services increases every year. So we are stuck with a choice. I either raise taxes based on a formula that reflects inflation and that I believe that Missoulians can live with based on the increased value of their homes, or we cut services. And I am not very interested in cutting services because I believe the services that we provide are essential to the quality of life, and all of the services work together to make this a great, safe community for people to call home.
Can I respond to that?
Yep.
So the mayor said he isn't sure what pet projects that I'm referring to. We don't have to look far. We think about the Sleepy Inn. That's been a complete failure. That whole motel was deemed unsafe for people to stay, and yet we went ahead and still spent on that thing, and we bought the hotel, and now we're trying to fix it up to get more people in there. The bridge down Reserve, that's another pet project. Buying a mountain, buying these rundown buildings in town to do what with, no one knows. Those are all pet projects. That's not what you spend. That's not what taxpayers is paying their money for. And there are laundry lists of things that mayor has spent on that he wouldn't have the courage to tell you that he spent your money on. And again, that's a breakdown in leadership, and that's why I'm running, to ensure that we have a new leader that will be transparent with you, that will spend your money wisely, and that would involve you in our business.
Thank you, Mr. Elder. Mr. Engen, you can respond as well.
Thank you. So that was largely a breakdown in fact. We purchased the Sleepy Inn for the sole purpose of providing non-congregate shelter. The Sleepy Inn was habitable when we purchased it. We made some improvements to accommodate folks who were suffering from COVID-19, who would otherwise have been out on the street. And over the course of having that facility open, we've kept people out of the hospital, and we've kept further folks from getting infected with the virus. And at the same time, we have once again banked a piece of property that pre-Delta, we believed we were going to be able to sell for market price or better than what we paid for it for redevelopment. That's still our intention at the end of the line here, but in the meantime, we've saved lives in the process. The bridge across Reserve Street serves about 400 people a day because we have a counter on it. And the community came to us to use open space bonds to purchase Marshall Mountain because it is a part of community values. And if you've spent some time here in Missoula, you recognize that it is indeed a community value and something that.
Thank you. Martin.
Thank you. Mr. Engen, this one is for you. We all know that our paycheck pays the bills, and according to the Bureau of Business and Economic Research at the University of Montana, wages in Missoula are slowly ticking up. But that aside, what, if anything, could local government do to create a stronger economy and create stronger wages?
Starts with a couple of things, and that is the fundamental nature of the way a community is run. Is it safe? Is it clean? Does it have an adequate transportation system? Are the schools attractive and safe for kids? Is there a variety of employment? So municipal government sort of set the stage and create an environment for business growth and opportunity. We doubled out on that by founding the Missoula Economic Partnership, an organization designed to help local businesses grow and improve and expand in place, and also attract new businesses to be innovative, to support innovation. And so today there are more people working in Missoula County than have ever worked before. And those wages are going up as a function of the competition that's associated with high quality companies coming to Missoula and doing business.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elder.
You know, it's not the government's role to create jobs for citizens. It's the government role to facilitate the process. And again, that's investing in our local businesses. Our local businesses are the backbone of our economy. I've said this time and time again. So one of the things that I want to do is this: I will work with our Chamber of Commerce, which the mayor doesn't have a good working relationship with, to ensure that we're bringing in businesses that are gonna help our community move forward in the future. but also bring in innovation that our younger generation can learn and be a part of. But our local businesses, again, they're the ones to be driving this thing forward. As mayor, I wouldn't have the authority to increase wages for anyone, but I will again provide tax incentives to businesses to ensure that they're encouraged to increase their wages. But currently, there's not a record number of
Actually,
people
we're
working.
sorry, we got to interrupt
People
you
are
out
not
of
working
time
at
there.
Okay, thank you.
Martin.
Mr. Elder, we'll start with you on this one. Another question on the economy. Do you support the private-public partnerships as a way to enhance development, not only residential, but also commercial?
Yeah, I sure do. I sure support initiatives that are going to make our community better. And those are all things, again, that we have to get in there, start fresh, bring people together. Because I've talked to a lot of the people out there doing the work, and they don't have a good working relationship with the mayor. They want a fresh start. So I will work with all these initiatives to ensure that the work that they're doing can benefit our economy. But again, we're at a place where people are homeless. We're at a place where we have a rising crime rate. We're at a place where property taxes, your property tax bill is going to come out on the 31st, at the latest on the 31st of this month. Open them and see what I'm talking about. Your tax is going to go out of the roof. Those are the things that we should be talking about, and some of those questions are not being asked tonight. So we're at a crossroads, Missoula. We're at a place where you've seen what's been done for all these years, and we're at this point in time. Our living condition has not improved. It's gotten worse. The government has grown. The city budget has blown up, and again, you have to watch your back walking down walking around your neighborhood. These are the issues that we should be talking about, because these are the issues that are facing Missoulans, that keep me up at night, that I'm running to ensure that we can put a stop to and move in a new direction.
All right, thank you. Mr. Engen.
Mr. Engen.
So let's take category A crimes, for example. These are the crimes that we report to the federal government. That goes into the large federal database that creates crime statistics. So for calendar year 2020, those Class A crimes had been reduced by about 300 year over year, and we are tracking to reduce them another 400, though we don't have full year data for 2021. So this notion that crime is somehow out of control and rampant does not seem to square with the facts, and that's a problem for me. We work directly with the police chief and the police department. We're engaged in our strategic plan right now to address what I think are the most important of those category A crimes. Those are aggravated assaults. Sorry, Gil.
Yeah, no, you're doing good. I hate being the time cop. It's the worst.
Okay.
Can I respond to that?
Okay.
I would challenge the mayor to post those statistics for others to see. Look, again, we're saying all these things. I'm not making this up. You read the newspaper. Just last week, we had homicide. We had people are stabbing each other. People are shooting each other. These things are happening in our local town. This is not a story that I'm telling. The mayor isn't going to sit here and tell you that these things are happening, and he has no incentives to do so. So again, it's about what has been done and what can be done. And we're in a place where Missoula, we have to vote wisely. The mayor is going to tell you a lot of things on here that's going to sound sweet and perhaps charming, but that just isn't the case. We've done the work. We've seen what's happening in the city, and most people don't have the opportunity to learn about the doings of the city government, and we have. And I'm telling you that we're at a place where we need new leadership. We have a breakdown in leadership.
Mr. Engen, you can respond to that as we continue this conversation.
Sure. So again, if this was a question of leadership, let's think about last budget cycle when Mr. Elder and others were calling for defunding police. And
I never said so, sir. Never said so.
And the fact of the matter is I was never a defunder.
I never said that.
I have been supporting police for 16 years for all sorts of good reasons. One is I think we have a trusted police force in this community, and we have the opportunity to improve that police force and improve our response. The facts don't lie, the numbers don't lie. That does not mean we are free of crime. That does not mean we have solved crime, and it does not mean we're not obliged to get better, and we will. But I think the suggestion that people are fleeing this community because the crime rate is out of control is a little bit delusional.
All right, thank you.
No,
Mr.
I
Engen, my
support
next
our police officers. I never said defund the police. I will fund you. I would never take money away from your department.
All right, thank you. My next question is to Mr. Engen. You know, how do you feel about how people sometimes feel city government, the city council, even you, make some decisions without a lot of public input? And we touched on the purchase of Sleepy Inn in an earlier question, but there's the perception that maybe money is being spent, large amounts, and decisions are being made without, you know, full public input. It's that matter of transparency.
Well, we make decisions in broad daylight, and they happen most often on Monday evenings or on Wednesday afternoons. And we work really diligently to provide as much information about those projects as we can on our Engage Missoula page. That page is filled with information and facts, but most of what we hear on Monday evenings at public hearings is either anecdote or in some cases fear. I can tell you that after 16 years, I still listen to what people say at public hearings, and I have the ability to change my mind based on some of what I hear at those public hearings. But in some cases, I have more facts, or the city council has more facts, and we have an imperative to move forward to do things that are sometimes unpopular, but are necessary for the community good over the long haul.
All right, thank you. Mr. Elder.
Yeah, again, that couldn't be further from the truth. There are things, the mayor's right, there are things that the public has been a part of, but largely there are many things that the public has not been a part of. Again, one example is this. The argument isn't about owning mountain water. We own mountain water. That's wonderful. That's not the argument. But the mayor said he's been transparent with you. It's just not the case. When the mayor first came out, when he wanted to acquire mountain water, he said, we're gonna pay about $400,000 in attorney fees. When it was all said and done, we ended up paying over $10 million. The mayor never once came back to you and asked if you are willing or if you're okay with increasing the attorney fees. He just went ahead and did so without your consent. So there are things that the city is doing that you don't hear about, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, here it is. Agree with it.
All right,
Again,
thank you. We need to move on. I appreciate
those are
your
the
answer.
practices we're here to stop.
Okay, my next question is for Mr. Elder. Do you support the acquisition of the federal building on Broadway to house city and county governments?
So we're buying things left and right. Again, I think that acquiring the federal building is not the most pressing thing in our town. It's just not. Those are the things that we shouldn't be focusing on or asking questions about. We should be focusing on how we're going to get people off the streets and into homes. We should be focusing on how we're going to get people to treatment to treat their underlying issues that are causing them to become homeless. We should be focusing on how we're going to keep taxes lower to ensure that working class Missoulians, single mother, retirees can pay their taxes and still be able to live here in comfort. Those are the things that we should be focusing on. We shouldn't have to worry about, again, walking down the sidewalk and getting stabbed or somebody shooting you or those things happen. Those are facts that are happening here. But we're asking questions about a federal building accusation. Those are not, that is not the most pressing thing in Missoula. That's not the thing that keep me up at night. Perhaps we should reassess our priorities in this town, because the things that we need to fix in this town are not being looked upon. The mayor is out doing something else while taxpayers are here suffering and need better leadership than what we have.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. The next question to Mr. Engen on homelessness. Is solving the homeless problem, one, can it be done? Not a problem, but the challenge of homelessness, can it be done? And two, is it the responsibility of government to resolve the challenge?
I'm an optimist. I'm not a cockeyed optimist, but I am an optimist nonetheless. And And I believe that if we work together, if we pull in the same direction, if we are thoughtful, if we experiment and we invest, we can certainly make a dent in homelessness. It is a complicated, complex, socioeconomic phenomenon, and if it were easy, it would be fixed by now. I can tell you, however, that I believe that if we have better treatment, if we have better access to mental health care, if we have kiddos who have a better start at the beginning of their lives, they feel loved, they're well fed, they're cared for, they get a better start in life, and some of what becomes a challenge later is all about how those kids were treated in the beginning. So this job isn't about mutual exclusivity. It turns out we need to think about pre-K for kids while thinking about space for the government and the federal building and folks who are sleeping on the street, and traffic problems on Reserve Street, and parks and more. And we have to think about those things all the time together, holistically and as comprehensively as we can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elder.
Right. So we have to think about the role of a government. Again, when you pay your taxes, you're paying for a limited range of services. You're paying for infrastructures, roads, community safety, and things of that nature. But we have a homelessness problem. So how do we deal with it? Well, first, we have to be honest about what's going on in this community. We have to be honest that people are coming here from other places that are using up our resources, and we don't have enough to help the people from our community. People from our community, down on their luck, need help. So what we're going to do is instead of this housing first approach the mayor has, we're going to take care of the underlying issue. The underlying issue of mental behavioral health issues and substance abuse issues. We want to fix those things and say, okay, well, after doing that, we get you employed and then get you into affordable homes. But the mayor talked about the kiddos. The mayor doesn't have much connection to this community any longer. I believe the mayor doesn't have. So I have a son that's going to be born here in December. He's going to grow up here as the next generation Missoulian, and I'm fighting for his future, and I'm fighting for your kid's future. The mayor, on the other hand, cannot relate. Not even close.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Elder.
you.
Actually,
Jill?
Mr. Engen, we skipped you when we were trying in the rebut when we talked about the federal building. Could you give us 30 seconds on your thoughts on whether or not that should be an acquisition for the city?
Sure, Jill. So a beautiful, well-built, huge downtown building that's built for government office space that we can acquire at no cost and rehabilitate at a fairly minimal cost will save taxpayers countless millions of dollars while simultaneously serving them better, making it easier to do business with local government in one place, and open up existing municipal facilities for resale for market rate projects, for affordable housing projects. So that project is a no-brainer for me, and will work very well for our community.
All right, thank you, Martin. You can continue.
Next question. First to Mr. Elder. We know that climate change is a universal fact at this point in time, and science tells us that time is of the essence. The city has multiple plans in place to address the issue, but how do we move those plans to solid action to address the climate crisis here in Missoula?
Yeah, wonderful question, actually. So again, I'm a huge advocate for our community, our environment. I believe that our time here on Earth is limited, and long after we leave, there will be people here living on this Earth, inhabiting this Earth for years to come, my son included. So I support initiatives that are out to promote climate change, climate actions to better prevent our environment from becoming something that's harmful. So again, if an initiative, I will support initiatives that will come up to our office and show us their plan, a plan that has been heavily vetted, that has metrics that have been considered, that has considered unintended consequences, but also that shows who will be responsible and things of that nature. So if we have a plan as such, I'll be willing to support it. I will encourage climate change actions, initiatives to ensure that we live in a safe and beautiful Missoula.
Thank you, Mr. Engen.
So during the course of my tenure as mayor, we completed the first climate inventory. That led to our climate action plan. That was a plan that was created and vetted in community planning process, and it contains all manner of strategies for reducing our footprint. And we continue to march through that plan and implement that plan. In addition, we're adding initiatives as we go, as opportunities present themselves. For example, joined with Missoula County in a clean energy plan. Our intention is to leverage our use in order to acquire only clean energy to operate our facilities and fleets over time. We're making incredible investments in both our water system and our wastewater systems to save energy and reduce our carbon footprint. And I'm running out of time.
Okay. You are, but thank you very much. All right, so now we're to the portion where we have a couple of questions. Even though this was a half-hour debate, we're now way past that. This is a Facebook question from Liz Maines. I'm going to ask it first to Mr. Elder. Do you support a resort tax in Missoula as other cities have implemented?
Again, I think that we have to think about our economy and think about the place in which we live. We have a small community, which is what's beautiful, what makes Missoula Missoula. And oftentimes when we start thinking about all these other taxes that we can implement, the people that are going to suffer are, again, the folks that are pinching their dollars. It's the single mother, it's the elderly, or those folks. So one of the things that we talked about was implement this gas tax. Well, we don't have many people traveling to Missoula throughout the year. It's cold out here year round. So the taxes that we're thinking of implementing, again, just going to burden our indigent community members and drive more people into homelessness. So if the state is willing to implement a resort tax, I will be in favor of it. Until then, as mayor, I will ask Missoulan, I'll ask the people if that's something they want to look into. If they're okay with it, then perhaps we'll go ahead and do so. But let's work with what we have. We have these property taxes that are just out the roof. Your property tax bill, again, is going to come out at the latest October 31st. Take a look at that bill and then think about how you're going to vote in this election. These are the things that are driving our community sideways.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Engen, your response to that.
Yes, I would support a resort tax in Missoula. They work in every other community in the state. And at the end of the day, they rebate property tax payers while improving infrastructure. We have so many visitors to our community who don't contribute the way they should to support the amenities that they enjoy. And I will tell you that property taxpayers could use the relief all day long.
All right, thank you. We have one more Facebook question, and this comes to us from Dale Daugherty. He would like the candidates to define affordable, actual affordable when it comes to housing. What does that mean? What does it look like? And I'll start with Mr. Engen.
Well, I had a very clever resident once tell me in a forum that every house is affordable as long as you can afford it. For our purposes, we look at area median income, and house is affordable to you if you're not burdened beyond about 30% of your take-home pay for that home. In Missoula, Montana today, there are a lot of folks who are below that line. Their wages and the price of homes are not in alignment. And we've been working on that in two ways. One is through our housing program, which includes reform and subsidy to bring down the price of homes and create inventory. And the other is through the economic partnership and creating a community where businesses are paying living wages that close that gap between what's in the market and what you can afford. They go hand in hand, and we've been working for the better part of 10 years bringing those numbers together. And we see wages go up, certainly not commensurate with housing prices of late, but when we see wages go up, that's a good sign. And when we see housing prices stabilize, that's a good sign as well.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Engen. Mr. Elder, your answer to that.
So the mayor is right. If you're making below a certain amount, I think 30%, and having to pay your taxes, then pay for housing and all these things, that's a problem. So the way I define affordable is if you are a young professional, young family, and you have to debate about paying your bills or putting food on the table, then things are not affordable. If you have to debate living in a one-bedroom shack with say 3 or more kids, that's not affordable. If you have to wake up and say, I can't afford childcare today because I have to work 2-3 jobs and go to school, that's not affordable. These are all the things that are happening here. Again, the mayor said wages have went up. That's no credit to the mayor at all. That's credit to the business community, and also the living condition again has not improved since 2007 when the mayor took office. It's gotten worse.
Okay.
So affordable is
we're
live here.
actually out of time, Mr. Elder, but it actually works out okay because it's time now for the candidates to present their closing arguments. And we're actually going to start with you, Mr. Elder. You have 90 seconds to state your case why you think you'd be the best mayor for Missoula.
Yeah, Missoula, look, I may be an unorthodox candidate that you've ever seen in this race, but I can assure you that I'm running to serve your needs, irrespective of your race, gender, sex, political ideologies, and what have you. I will serve all Missoulians adequately, and I will be transparent with you. I will spend your money wisely. I will ensure that you are part of the decisions that are being made in our community, but I will unite our community, and that's something that we're not seeing right now. I will bring our community together to where people are speaking to each other once more, and we'll put an end to this rising crime rate in our community. We'll put an end to the ever increasing taxes. I will cut the mills to ensure that your taxes are reasonable. I will also send folks out in the community and have community outreach to where they can get your response and take that back to our office so we can implement it into our decisions. But again, when we started out, when the mayor got in office, we owed $49 million. Today, we owe $217+ million. Again, things are going backwards, Missoula. I care about the people that are on the streets. It reminds me of my time in Africa. It hurts me to see people out in the streets. It's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to serve you, Missoula. And it will be the greatest honor of my life to serve you and bring change to our community. But I'm saying give us a chance. And if you don't like what you see, you can always have a receipt in the next 4 years and vote me out. But I'm here. I'm an agent of change, and I'm here to bring change to Missoula and ensure that you can live here, that you feel safe here, that you can be a part of local government, but also that you have opportunities to go after your dreams, whether it be the American dream or whatever you want to go after. We will create opportunities for you to prosper. I care about you, and I care about this community. So thank you, Missoula. Vote wisely.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Elder. Mr. Engen, you now have 90 seconds to state your case.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity this evening. So you have still not heard a single specific thing that my opponent would do in terms of policy or practice to change any of the things that he suggests need changing in our community. I acknowledge that we need change in our community and have been an agent of change for 16 years and would like to continue to be that agent. I'm the best candidate to lead the city of Missoula as we face and overcome the critical issues that residents are telling us mean the most to them: housing, homelessness, and maintaining a unique quality of life in our community. I've been working collaboratively with this community, the business community, residents, developers, to increase housing stock, particularly for working families and young people. I hired the city's first housing director. I've guided the creation of our housing policy and established the first municipal affordable housing trust fund. Those are all tangible things that are addressing community problems today. Because I helped initiate our plan to end homelessness, today's crisis has been tempered. It would be much worse but for our planning and but for our coordinated entry system that's helped hundreds of unhoused Missoulians find stable homes. Through our community investments, we're building 50 apartments to house chronically homeless people, as well as hundreds of units to support families who want to live, work, and play in our community. And because I build budgets based on community values, Missoula is a place with great parks, open spaces, clean air and water. We're served by well-trained first responders and professionals in all municipal fields. I have the experience, the energy, the humility, and the temperament to lead this place we love for another 4 years.
All right. Thank you very much. In fact, Mr. Engen, Mr. Elder, we really appreciate you joining us here and your willingness to step up and help make a difference in this community. In fact, this time next week, we'll have a good idea of how this election will shape up. For those of you watching, remember to mail in those ballots or check with the elections office to make sure your ballot counts and you get it in on time. You can also watch this debate on demand on our KPAX streaming app if you'd like to watch it again. And for all of us here at KPAX, we really appreciate you watching. Good night, and don't forget to vote.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Thank you.